to be in an area where there are young male leopards, when they are sort of at this age, because they're very active and they move around a lot, and you find them quite regularly, and they're always very good quality viewing of leopards. So we're quite lucky that we are based at Djuma now while they're at this age where they are very visible. Good afternoon, Robert from Illinois. Robert would like to know how I know it's safe to exit the vehicle and walk around when there's a leopard close by, after I just mentioned they are opportunistic hunters. Very good question. Robert, a leopard sees us as another dominant predator. We are the dominant diurnal predator. And in this part of Africa, we don't really fall within their natural food, or their natural prey. They tend to prefer to avoid conflict with us. They have sort of evolutionary knowledge that's passed down that we are dangerous on foot. When we're in the vehicle, they don't recognize us as individuals, but when we're on foot, we have that bipedal figure, which is a dominant diurnal. We are the dominant diurnal predator. And that's why even when you walk into lion and leopard during the day, 99.99% of the time, they will actually move away from you. And if you do happen to surprise them or get too close, they might give you a warning charge. A lot of people call these things mock charges. I disagree. It's not really mock. It's not a pretend charge. It is very much a real charge, but it is a warning charge to tell you that you are too close. Copy, Andrew. That you're too close and that they want you to go away before we actually come into blows. They're just trying to intimidate us with a warning. They will try and intimidate you with a warning charge. Standing by. Go firm. Make your way. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. We've just had to move out of the sighting quickly for a comfort break. And we're going to head straight back now to quarantine. Go ahead. Yeah, the general direction towards Gallagher Camp. I'm in the drainage that runs all the way from Shortcut and then joins up with that Makulu drainage. You got a shot there, yeah? Or Floyd? A little back. Okay guys, so we're back with quarantine now. As you can see, it hasn't moved. Good evening, Paul from Minnesota. Welcome on Drive With Us this evening. Paul would like to know whether you can ID leopard cubs when they're young by the spots, or do the spots change as they get older? Paul, the spots will stay the same from when they're very young. So the most distinct spot pattern is above the last line of whiskers. Can you zoom in a bit tighter on his about full? Okay. Best way to do it is I'll do this. Okay. If you want to have a quick look here, so we can explain to Paul the best way to ID leopards, because it is quite difficult to use the general body patterns and stuff. So, and also if a leopard moves out of an area, say out of the northern Sabi Sands to the southern Sabi Sands, you can send through a photograph of the spot patterns, and the other guides on that part of the Sabi Sands will be able to identify them. So if you have a closer look here on my camera, don't need good. We zoom in there. You see the last line of whiskers. Those three spots above the last line of whiskers would be the identifying ones, and then you see on the other side. So those are the spots that are used generally to identify the leopards. So, he is quite far from where we saw him yesterday afternoon. That's probably why he's resting now. He's moved quite a distance. He was on our southern boundary, or close to our southern boundary. And he's now up quite close to the northern boundary. The northern boundary is probably only, as the crow flies, about 900 meters from where we're sitting now. Our website, there's two. You can go to www.WildEarthTV or www.wildsafari.live.com. That's us here. So Wild Earth, and then it's broadcasted also on the National Geographic website.
Okay.
and that's www.safari live. Wait, no, wild. Wait, let me just ask the office. Next, come in. Next, what are the web addresses where you can watch the live game drives? It's WildEarthTV, and what's the second one? And then the second one's WildSafariLive.com. That's us now. Yeah, we run twice a day for 3 hours. If there is something very interesting happening, we will extend beyond that time. So for leopard hunting or lions hunting, we will extend. But normally just the 3 hours in the morning. From 6 to 9, we're actually going to change now for winter time. So it'll be from 6:30 to 9:30. And then in the afternoons, I think from 3 to 6 now at the end of this week with winter times coming.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Do you want to mention time change coming up? Next coming. Copy, and can you give me the times it'll be in North America as well, and the date on Thursday? So guys, I'm sure you heard me mention that we're about to change to winter times. So I'm not quite sure on all the time zones, but it'll be on the websites. But it'll be from Thursday the 9th. We'll be starting half an hour later in the mornings. So and extending extending half an hour, obviously. And then, sorry, I'm getting so confused. We'll be starting half an hour later in the mornings, and then we'll be starting a full hour earlier in the afternoons. So from Central African time, it'll be 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then I'm quite sure we will get the update on what the North American and European times will be tomorrow. So either Scott or myself will let you know tomorrow what those exact times are. Nope. Out of all the big cats, leopards are the most adaptable and have the widest range of habitats. They can occur from semi-deserts, deserts, all the way through to rainforests. and mountainous regions, there was actually a frozen leopard found. Can't remember the exact height. Maybe you guys can look it up online for me and let me know. But I know there was a leopard carcass found frozen on Mount Kilimanjaro. So maybe if someone out there would like to just check how many feet or meters that was above sea level, where that leopard carcass was found on Kilimanjaro. And send those answers through to questions at WildEarthTV, or just use the hashtag SafariLive on Twitter. Next, have we got any answers yet on that frozen leopard from Tanzania? Just maybe see if you can find some information on it as well, Ben. Getting quite chilly now, quite a strong wind, very overcast. You hear a bit of fiddling around. It's just Vero and myself putting our jackets on. So we're now the only vehicle here, so I'm just going to position ourselves. Forward. We'll take it.
That's good.
So I know there were a few questions about him being hungry earlier. It's quite good weather for Scott. So he's at more of an advantage than he would be normally. Very dark night, windy. The prey species is going to battle to see and also to hear and to smell with the gusting wind like we've got at the moment. We're in the right spot now as it gets a bit cooler and darker that he is likely to move quite shortly. Sorry, Station, are you looking for me? Hey, Phil, make your way up. Good evening, Lynn from Michigan. I'm just going to move the car here a little bit to make a bit more space for the other vehicle. I'll get to a question in a second, Lynn. I'm just readjusting our floodlight here. Lynn would like to know if there, I presume, Lynn, you're asking about these two leopards? Just listen, I'll tell you in a second. How's the tax? I can move for you. I can move if you need to get in here. Yeah, no problem. Shortly, I'm just trying to make a little bit of space so we can all have a look. Agree. Sorry. go ahead, Texans, with this quarantine on Gallagher Shortcut at the moment. Copy. Right. Andrew wants to know if you're going back to the north again. Okay, so finally, back to your question, which was, I presume you're asking about these two leopards we've seen. Or, in this case, older males will steal from the younger males. No, what's incredible is we haven't moved further than a kilometer from camp today. Good evening, Gail from Calgary. Gail would like to know what the temperature is here when it's cold. Well, definitely not as cold as Calgary, that I can guarantee. In the early mornings and during the night in the winter months, it can get down to about 0 degrees Celsius, which is about 33 degrees Fahrenheit. But normally it sits between about 5 and 10 degrees Celsius. And obviously when we're in the open vehicles, that can feel a lot colder. There you go, he's on the move. Told you we're in the right place at the right time. That's why we've waited here. And just hoping he doesn't go down that same drainage line where we followed Mvula, because if he goes down there, following him is going to be very difficult. I'm hoping he makes it towards bearings. But that isn't looking the case. And if he does go into this drainage line temperature, I'm not going to try to follow him at night. It's difficult enough working in those areas during the day. At night it's nearly impossible. Somewhere into the drainage and fall. I'm going to share. Stations, containers moved east into that same Shkova where we lost Mvula. It's very thick in there. I'm not going to be staying in the area. He hasn't, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go back on that little shortcut road and see if we can possibly find Mvula or leopard, who knows? That footage now. Try this one. Oopsie. Maybe we'll get some luck there. He is basically, his general direction is back towards and you never know quite. Can you see the eyes?
Yes.
What does it look like? Oh, it's a bush baby. A little bush baby jumping there. And he's off.
Yeah.
But the reason we didn't try show you that bush baby, he was a bit far from the road and he was already moving quite quickly. So we left Willa probably about 100 or 200 meters in that direction where I'm shining the torch there. And his general direction was this way, but he was moving very slowly. So I'm hoping possibly he's come out at there's a pan coming up here. He might have come here for a drink. Oh, here comes that cold wind. Nope, he's not at the pan. Copy, thanks very much. I confirm 5,980 something meters. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Apparently, Next has got quite a lot of response on that frozen leopard story. It's 5,800 meters odd, and then or 19,000 feet that leopard was found frozen on. 1926. Thanks, Next. What a wide range of habitats and climates a leopard can endure, and not even just endure. They can succeed and flourish in, from deserts. I mean, the Kalahari, the Namib, the Sahara, all home to leopards, and to those thick Central African rainforests of Congo, Gabon, and Central African Republic, to the open savannas of Southern and East Africa. The largest leopards in body size, in general, on average, have been from the low veldt in South Africa, so the area we're in now, and then also the Serengeti Mara system in Kenya and Tanzania. And that is because of them having a very high food. There's a lot of food around, so there's a lot of prey species, so they are able to that's why they get so big here, because of abundant prey species. And it's the same for the Serengeti and Mara system. I think we're doing the same loop-de-loop looking for Mvula. Favorite leopard sightings. I've had in my life. I've always been in very strange areas. I'm not talking about the most incredible sightings where I've had 5, 6 leopards in a sighting, fighting over male for mating, etc. But sort of very unique sightings. I think one of my favorite leopard sightings was in the Kalahari, on those red sand dunes, and a small female. I just saw her eyes sort of peeking up over the dune. Really what is that down there? Let's go have a quick squeeze. Is it a hare?
Rubber.
And we'd been walking quite far in the rainforest, and we stopped. Little stream crossing, sitting there quietly after eating our tinned corned beef and sardines for lunch. And after lunch, so everyone just sort of snoozes for a little bit, just takes sort of 20 minutes, half an hour before we start walking through the forest again. And while we were doing that, a male leopard walked up to us and actually jumped across that stream right in front of us. I was too slow, my camera was in my backpack, and I just So that was probably the only opportunity I would have had to get a photograph that wasn't from a camera trap of a Gabonese forest leopard. But even then, just being able to see and have an animal like that you're pretty sure has probably never even seen a person in that part of the world move past you at about 10 meters is an incredible experience. Let's check, there's some eyes there. I think it might be a genet, which we don't see too often. Or is it just another nightjar? I think it's just another nightjar. No. It's the hashtag Safari Live on Twitter. Haven't seen any chameleons yet tonight, fam.
No. Isn't really tricky.
No.
Road is a bit wide.
It is a bit wide. What do we got in there? We got some kudu and impalas. So we won't shine on them. Quite far north of us. So we got some buffalo there. Anything down on that side? Just checking carefully around here. There's another buffalo. So the Birmingham boys are in Manyeleti, quite far north of the boundary with the Sabi Sands. And then the Nkuhumas are still in Buffelshoek. There you go, what's that behind the buffalo? I just got a view. There's a leopard. I see a leopard. I see another leopard. It looks like Mbula, just judging from the size. Just let me get around there. Jackson coming. I had a long distance visual. It looked like Mbula right in front of Gallagher Room 1 from the dam wall. I'm sorry, we are Teller Room 1 from the dam wall. I'm following up now. Got him there. Yep, there he is. I just suddenly saw this sort of light-colored thing moving behind the buffalo. I'm not. It just looks like a big boy, but I'll get a bit closer before I'm 100% sure. No, this looks like a female. Maybe there was another leopard down in the drainage. Could be. I think this is Kwatile that Mvula has been following. There could still be another Ingwe. This is a Mafazi, but this one is further. This is not the same one I saw from the dam wall. I'm going to stay with the Mafazi now. She's walking straight past the front of Vuyatela. She's just walking at the moment. I'm pretty sure I saw the Madoda as well, but behind me somewhere. I'm just going to stay with the Mafazi while I've got here. I come from the dam wall. She's now starting to move towards general directions towards Inga's car. So this is our third different leopard of the afternoon. But I'm pretty sure it could have been the willow we saw from. A very pretty lady. So she is way out of her traditional territory. And leopard females do that quite often when they are mating. Just a little update from next there that this leopard's been around for most of the day. I know the game drive saw it, and then I think Scott and her saw it in between game drives as well. But it didn't have a good view, so no one was 100% sure which female it was. But looking now, I'm pretty sure it is quite. I'm just double checking that we're not going to bump into impala and interfere in our hunt anyway. of you wondering whether she might be also looking for Mvula. I think that's quite possible. I'm not sure why they've been split during their mating. I think if she had been finished mating, she pretty much would have, normally, you never know, she might be looking for a bit of a range expansion, coming to see if there's territory up here, but normally once she's finished mating, she would head directly south back to her territory. Firm, we're heading up towards onto quarantine now. Firm, make your way. There's normally, on our way home here, a big herd of impala. I think this is the first time in about a week they haven't been here, which is quite lucky for them. What did she see or hear? We're just going to let the other vehicle leapfrog in front of us. We've had her by ourselves for quite a while. But don't worry, we will stay with her. Get up ahead. 2 stations of the Mafazi Ingwe on quarantine clearance. Over Mafazi, it looks like Kwatile. She is now mobile towards Philemon's Dip. So you can see she doesn't look 100% comfortable with this area. She's exploring, changed her mind, direction, in which direction she's going quite a few times. Go ahead, next way. I was just trying to find the radio. Good evening, Natalie from Fort Lauderdale. Natalie would like to know whether it's unusual for a leopard to have a pink nose. Not at all. Quite a few leopards have pink noses. Lions as well. So it's not that unusual for them to have pink noses. She is on her way south now. It could possibly mean she's finished mating and she's ready to... this could be interesting. See what she's doing now. It's very strong possibility that Karula has scent marked in this area before. Now this would be quite interesting to see now whether she is possibly looking at a bit of range expansion, or she only came here for the mating, to see if she started scent marking on top of Karula, who's the dominant female from here's area, or she just walks on past. She's heard something. Go ahead, Tax.
You go.
Okay. Yeah, I think she maybe just heard something.
Was there strawberry right next to the road?
Was there strawberry? Did she miss it?
Yep, like a meter from the road.
So we're just going to let the other vehicle go in front for a little bit. Good evening, Karine from Holland. Karine would like to know, do leopards... Oh, I'm sorry, I've had a minor book collapse next to me here. Do leopards call to each other or call at each other like lions do? Most definitely, Karine. Male and female leopards will vocalize to signify in their territory, to signify that it's their territory, and as also part of the sort of defense strategy for their territory. By vocalizing and making that noise, it's to allow the other leopards in the area to know that this is their territory. So yes, they do, and they do call for similar reasons to what lions call, apart from the fact that they won't sort of call for backup. Being a solitary animal, they don't have that backup option that the lions, like the Matimba coalition, might call for the other Matimba if he feels he's going to get into trouble, and the other male will respond to that, whereas leopards don't have that. But other than that, they do call for very similar reasons. Good evening, Christy from Alabama. Christy says this leopard we're watching now doesn't look that comfortable. Do they ever get lost, or can they always find their way home? Well, Christy, I don't think she's lost per se. She now because she's probably because she's finished mating, and she doesn't particularly want to have a fight with another female. Especially when she's trying to move out of the area back. I think she's trying to move out of the area and back towards her territory. So I wouldn't say that she's not comfortable. She looks very comfortable for me, but she's just maybe a little bit cautious being in another female's territory. Be quite interesting to see which way she goes. I think she smelt another said mark. Oh no, some nice pea or something that looks like buffalo pea that she's decided to roll in. Oh, isn't that nice? She's licking the buffalo pea. Now she's rubbing her head in the dung. You're going to be one smelly cat. I said it's going to be quite interesting which way she turns when she gets up here. Whether she heads directly south or sort of more west. Because from what I hear, her territory is quite far from here. It's in southern Arethusa, so which means she's possibly got to pass through the rest of Karula's territory and then possibly Tandi's territory before she's back in her territory. She's going to go smell the pump house. So she went the one way. I really didn't expect her to go. She's crossed the change line. Now she's sort of heading northwest. I'm going to try see if we can get through this hole here to follow her. I suppose after some of the stuff we did earlier today, this little hole's ask. Texture, visual your side. Next went on to Kwatile's mom's Facebook, and her mother also had a pink nose, even though she's not alive anymore. Mom was called. I actually saw her mom a long time ago. Isn't that interesting? On Twitter. And okay guys, we've just so guys, there's some impala here that she's walked up to, so we're just gonna stand by. There's a big herd of impala. We're just gonna position ourselves. She's stalking, but all our lights are off, except for the one that's on me. So all we're going to do now is we're going to sit quietly. We're not going to shine our spotlights on that too much. We might just flash across every now and then. But while she's stalking at night, we don't want to interfere or affect, or either in the impala's favor or in her favor. So that's why we turn off the lights. Because if we shone the light on the impala, we would blind them, making it very easy for her to catch them. Or if we shone the light on the leopard, so I'm going to let Taxon do the checking from his vehicle. He's in a better position than us. And we're just going to switch off and go completely dark. Amazing when it's this dark. It's one of the most difficult things. And all you can do is sit quietly in the dark and hope. Yeah, a hyena calling in the distance. It is a good night for a leopard to hunt. It's dark. There's quite a lot of wind. But she's been spotted. But now where is a different question. so I'm gonna leave the area. So guys, I'll explain what we're up to in a second. I'm gonna get out of this. He missed the Impala. She didn't grab it, and they spotted her, and that's all the alarm calling you heard. But thanks very much for joining Vim and myself, and thanks to Nikki and FC for filtering through questions for us. It's been a fantastic afternoon. 3 different leopards, which is always great, and we haven't gone further than about 1.5 kilometers from the camp, so I don't even have a long drive home now. But it's been wonderful, and wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful morning or evening, whatever it might be, and hopefully you'll join us all tomorrow morning for the next live safari here from Djuma Private Game Reserve in South Africa. Good night.